Lauren Stein, the editor of the Paris Review, the prestigious magazine that for more than 60 years has acted as an international literary tastemaker, resigned on Wednesday, amid an internal investigation into his behavior toward female employees and writers. Mr. Stein sent a letter of resignation to the Paris Review board in which he apologized for his behavior and said he had decided he could not continue in the role. At times in the past, I blurred the personal and the professional in ways that were, I now recognize, disrespectful of my colleagues and our contributors, and that made them feel uncomfortable or demeaned, he wrote. I am very sorry for any hurt I caused them. The board of the magazine was set to meet Thursday to discuss its internal investigation, which began in October and was conducted by a subcommittee formed by the board, according to a person familiar with the internal investigation. Members of the subcommittee, as well as lawyers from Debevoise and Plimpton, the publication's longtime counsel, spoke to current and former employees, and also received complaints from at least 2 female writers who said they had negative encounters with Mr. Stein, 44. The board had yet to decide what action to take in the matter. Earlier Wednesday, Mr. Stein had sent an email to the board expressing his remorse and suggesting any missteps would not happen again. He acknowledged dating and expressing interest in women with whom he had professional connections, including interns and writers for the magazine, conduct that he acknowledged was an abuse of my position. He told the board that he had occasionally engaged in sexual behavior in the office after hours, but said that in all instances, the sexual contact was consensual and had happened when he was single. Mr. Stein got married in 2015. Still, he said he knew some of his behavior had made his colleagues feel uncomfortable. The way I behaved was hurtful, degrading and infuriating to a degree that I have only begun to understand this past month, he wrote. Mr. Stein's resignation will likely roil the literary world, where he is a widely respected figure, regarded by many as a champion of new talent, including some women writers, and celebrated as an editor whose critical eye has helped define and shape the landscape of contemporary American fiction. Despite the Paris Review's relatively small circulation, it has an outsized influence in publishing. Founded in Paris in 1953 by George Plimpton, Peter Matheson, and Harold L. Humes, the publication has catapulted the careers of writers like Rick Moody, Jack Kerouac, Philip Roth and Adrienne Rich. The board's decision to review Mr. Stein's behavior came after he informed board members that his name had appeared on a list created after the Harvey Weinstein scandal to anonymously crowdsource allegations of harassment and misconduct by men in publishing and media. The magazine had been largely run day-to-day by Mr. Stein but is also overseen by a board of literary and publishing elites, including its president, Terry McDonnell, a former top magazine editor, the novelist Jeffrey Eugenides, and Mona Simpson, an author. Asked to comment on his decision, Mr.